Gravity pulls rain from clouds, rivers toward the sea, and planets through space. So why doesn't this water fall? No pump is moving it. No magnet is holding it. No hidden support exists. Yet the water stays suspended. The force behind this isn't rare or exotic. You've probably watched it happen many times without realizing it. And before this video ends, you'll see the same invisible force lifting water through an entire tree. Here's the impossible part. This droplet isn't falling downward at all. Somehow it's moving in exactly the opposite direction. Place a thin glass tube into water, and the effect appears almost immediately. The liquid begins climbing on its own. Notice what's happening. The water inside the tube rises higher than the water outside. Gravity should prevent that, and the thinner the tube becomes, the stronger the effect gets. Less space somehow allows the water to climb higher. At first glance, it looks like magic, but what's happening here is actually a competition between two forces. One of them is gravity. The other is hidden inside the surface of the water itself, and that's where things get strange. So what's pulling the water upward? Because gravity hasn't disappeared. Something else is simply pulling harder. To find it, we need to leave the world we can see and look at water molecule by molecule. Water molecules don't behave like isolated particles. Each one constantly pulls on the molecules surrounding it. That attraction is called cohesion. It's the reason water prefers sticking to itself instead of spreading apart. Without cohesion, droplets couldn't exist. Water would flatten out and lose the shape we're familiar with. But cohesion explains only half the story. Water isn't just attracted to itself. It's attracted to glass as well. And this is where everything changes. Near the glass wall, that attraction becomes strong enough to challenge gravity itself. The water grabs onto the glass. Then the molecules behind it pull forward too, like a chain under tension. What started at the surface spreads through the entire column, pulling the liquid upward as one connected body. The climb doesn't continue forever. Eventually, gravity pulls down just as hard as the water is being pulled up. At that moment, the water stops moving, not because the force disappeared, but because the forces finally balance. This effect has a name: capillary action. And once you know it exists, you start seeing it everywhere. That paper towel soaking up a spill isn't absorbing water like a sponge. The liquid is actively pulling itself through tiny fibers. The same thing happens underground, where water slowly climbs through microscopic spaces between grains of soil. And there's another place you've seen it thousands of times without realizing what was really happening. Every candle flame depends on it. Without capillary action, the liquid wax could never reach the fire. What looks like a simple flame is actually powered by liquid constantly climbing against gravity. But candles and paper towels are small. The most astonishing example operates on a completely different scale. Because somewhere above you, right now, this same force is helping lift water into the sky. A tree has no heart, no pump, and no muscles. Yet somehow, water reaches leaves more than 100 meters above the ground. At first, that sounds impossible. Gravity should pull every drop back down long before it gets that high. But inside the trunk are millions of microscopic channels, each acting like a tiny version of our glass tube. Individually, they're almost invisible. Together, they create a pathway that can lift water astonishing distances. The water grips the channel walls, then pulls neighboring molecules upward behind it, one layer after another. The same force we saw inside a laboratory tube is now operating through an entire living organism. And that's how forests drink, not with pumps or engines, but with molecules quietly holding on to one another. What looked like a simple glass experiment was actually revealing one of the most important processes on Earth. The strange thing is that capillary action isn't rare. It's happening in clouds, rocks, plants, and soil all around you. Every grain of soil after rainfall, every leaf in sunlight, depends on molecules following the same simple rules. What looks like an impossible trick is really a reminder that gravity is only one force shaping our world. The invisible forces don't defeat gravity. They simply work together, molecule by molecule, until something extraordinary happens. And once you see that hidden struggle inside a drop of water, it's impossible to look at water the same way again. Every week, we reveal another hidden process shaping reality, and most of them are happening right in front of us. Next time, we're not watching water move. We're watching matter build itself from almost nothing. A crystal grown in just 24 hours, and we'll watch every layer appear, atom by atom.